guys, it's Tuesday and I am bringing you another layout. This is for the Make Paper Art YouTube hop for fall, and basically it is just each one of us on the design team going through and picking a fall themed cut file and basically showing you a cute, fun way to use it. And there will be a winner for this YouTube hop. So each person that clicks on subscribe and comments on each video, and there will be information in the description bar below about who you need to hop to next after me in the video. Just comment and subscribe to that channel and you could be eligible to win a prize. So that will be announced in the Make Paper Art Facebook group, and that will be announced on October 20th. But basically what I did, I picked this particular file because I just think it's adorable. It's called Pumpkin Twist, and I'm not gonna put you through watching me back this entire cut file, but I basically cut it at about a 6x8 size on my silhouette, and I'm just backing it with some lovely 6x6 paper that I had in my stash. And it's kind of an old vintage paper, so I don't really use that very much. So one thing I do love about cut files is that I can use papers that I wouldn't normally use to do backing or to actually cut the file out with. And that way I'm not wasting paper. I loved it at one point, so I actually get to see a little bit of it. And I think that the colors on this particular, paper pad went really, really well with the theme, which of course is fall, and with the beautiful pumpkin cut file. So the picture that I'm going to be using is a picture of me when I was little, and it has my dad and my brother in the picture with me. And so it's just very, very sentimental to me. I lost my brother and my father like a few years ago, and I'm just really excited to be able to have some pictures that I can, I've got copies of, and I can print them off, and I can basically, scrapbook layouts about my childhood and my dad and my brother. So this is a really fun layout as far as reminiscing and remembering all the years growing up. Now this was in the 70s, so it's kind of, blurry. It's not the greatest picture quality, but I don't really mind that. I know a lot of my pictures are not perfect, and I'm okay with that. It's more about the memories for me than the quality of the photo. I mean, I purposely don't try to use cruddy photos or anything, but it was the 70s. You can look at the rug that was on the wood panel wall behind us and the orange shag carpeting. My dad's wearing a sweater vest, which I do not recall him ever doing that. And he was so thin in that picture, so that's kind of interesting. And he's got a long sleeve shirt on that has some sort of little icons all over it. I can't really make it out, but that just doesn't look like my dad's style at all. So it's fun to look at this picture. There's some like modular furniture, and I'm wearing white tights with a very light colored dress, and I've got my blonde hair, and so it almost looks like I'm a ghost in the forefront of this picture. And then my brother's just kind of, my brother had tons and tons of hair, and I had little baby fine wispy hair, and you can see he's got like this huge head, of hair like in the picture. So I don't know, just it's a great picture for me. So I'm sure you don't want to hear all about the picture. I'm sorry. I'm quite popular with my children and Bab, so that's my phone that keeps going off. But what I did here was I just added some gesso to this background paper. The background paper is from Studio Calico. No, is it Studio Calico? I don't think it is. I think it is the Die Cuts with a View and it was a Christmas collection. I didn't write it down, but I don't think you can get that paper pad anymore. It's several years old. But then I just gessoed it with some white gesso, and I kind of put down the cut file where I thought it would be fun to place it. And I went to town with my Shimmers products. So I think a cut file can stand out and be like, you know, the main element on the page, but I do like to surround it sometimes with some, you know, watercolor and mixed media, and just make it look a little softer so it's not the only thing standing out on the page. And I think mixed media helps do that. So I grabbed some of my shimmers. I think I used Pop Art Pink, Sunset Strip, and Freshly Squeezed. And so a little bit of shimmer in there. And you can see how lovely the backing of that cut file is. I just love the way it turned out. So using my trusty score tape, because, you know, that's my thing. Nothing falls off of my pages, I'll tell you that. If it does, it's because I did not glue it down or I did not score tape it. It would completely be my fault and not the manufacturer's fault. So, and there's that picture of my dad and my brother and I. So I don't know why I have my foot turned in that picture. It's kind of funny how I'm standing. I was a little bit prissy, but, you know, most girls are, I think, when they're little. Just the nature of girls. So I'm kind of going through some of my stash here. I've got some old vintage stash that I thought might work well, or I could kind of use it instead of just keeping it in my drawers. I do pull out that Jen Hadfield homemade collection. That ephemera is very antique and kind of, you know, reminiscent of a little more back in the day, I guess. I was going to use that little tag that was from October Afternoon, that sticky tag or label, but it had a little bit of gray in the color, and I wanted to stick with creams and just some softer colors than that. It didn't really go with the theme. So that Jen Hadfield square says, see the beauty. Let's see the beauty in everyday things. And so when I look at this picture, that is obviously an everyday picture. None of us were really looking. My brother was, I guess, but my dad and I were not. And so it's just kind of a casual picture. And then I believe that one sticker label is, that's an older one too. It's from, oh gosh, I didn't write it. Yeah, Stella and Rose. So I don't know if you remember that collection. I don't even know the manufacturer, if that is the manufacturer. That's super duper old. I mean, I did some digging to to use my stash, and I've been doing that lately. So if you want to see how I use up some of my old stash, I do have a series called the Empty Box series, and I'm gonna put this in a playlist for you. I've got to organize some files, and I'm gonna try to start uploading every Saturday on the Cheeky YouTube channel, and then on my personal channel I'm going to try to load 3 days a week. I know that's kind of lofty, but I'm really good about Wednesdays, so every Wednesday for sure. And then I usually scrapbook on the weekend, like on Sunday, so I can get editing done like Wednesdays. Let's just say I'm going to upload Wednesdays, Fridays on my personal, Saturday on the Cheeky channel. And if I can load more than that, then I will. But for now, I would like to stick with that schedule. That gives you 3 days a week of content. And some of those days will be for Make Paper Art. I've got October 14th, which is tomorrow. I'm loading another cut file for Make Paper Art design team, and then the next one after that is 2 weeks from that date. I believe that is the 28th. Yes, the 28th. So stay tuned for those. If you use my discount code Tuesday10, you can get 10% off the cut files that you buy in her shop. And she really has a diversity of items in her shop. So she's got, you know, geometrics and florals and, you know, fall, summer, winter. So she's got seasonal. She's got, you know, some really playful ones and then some more, you know, serious ones. So I don't know, just go through the shop and tootle around. They're really inexpensive, and like I said, I'll have a link to that in the description bar and information at the end of this video if you want to see how to find her and how to find more of me. And so that kind of wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you click on the next video to hop to the next person in the YouTube hop. And we're so excited that you joined us and appreciate you watching. And we will see you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.